Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Alright, so today's a special day indeed, because in the mail today I finally got my hands on the brand new redesigned Leatherman Free P4. I have been waiting for this for a long time, and finally it's here. I cannot wait to break this open and compare it to my 3-year-old Leatherman Wave, my trusty Leatherman Wave. That's enough talk. I'm gonna break this open. Let's check it out. Alright, so Leatherman sends you the new Free in this new black box. This is really nice. And on the bottom here we see made in the USA, quick access, and there is a 25-year warranty on this Leatherman. And then when I flip around to the back side, it goes over some of the brand new features that this new Leatherman Free has, but I'm not gonna learn it off the back of this box. I'm just gonna take it right out and we're gonna go over it in pretty good detail. Slide it open, and then we have this little cardboard top. More features on how to use it, but I mean, I've had a Leatherman now for about 8 years, so I'm not gonna need any of this information. And then, boom, check it out. Guys, they did such a fantastic job on this thing. As you guys know, this is a complete redesign from the ground up on their Leatherman. And wow, it is striking at first glance. So let's take this out. And it looks like they give you a brand new sheath too, but I'm not gonna, we'll put this to the side and we'll talk about it later. All right guys, so here it is up close, a new Leatherman Free P4. It has 21 tools in there as opposed to my Leatherman Wave, which has 17. And if you guys have been keeping up on this, you already know that, like I said before, it's redesigned all the way from the ground up, completely redesigned. And everything is accessible through the outside, which I really, really love. That's why I was looking forward to this thing, because my old Wave, which is right here, let's take this out. The Wave here, the only things that are accessible from the outside are the serrated blade. I believe this is, nope, that's the saw. The regular knife and the metal wood file right here. Everything else you have to open up, and it's very clunky. They're all on the inside. So anytime I wanted to get something basic like, you know, Phillips screwdriver, I have to open it up. And I always do this. Open up halfway, and it just feels clunky doing everything. Plus, if I don't have nails, you gotta kind of dig it up from that little end right there. And if you don't have nails, this could be an issue. See what I'm saying? The locking mechanism is in the back here, so to get that push back in, you have to push that in and then close it. There you go. Now, what's really cool about the new Free series is right here, there's these little hinges, these little tabs here, and it's designed to work with one hand. So your thumb pushes it up as so, and then there you go. You have all of your tools at your disposal. And the same thing with the other side. Without even opening it, you push the little tabs up right there, and then they're already up. So this is such a fantastic idea, and just the ease of use, even just getting the tools out, is worth the price tag alone. So let's start here. Let's look at the size difference between the Wave. The new Free is kind of in line with the Surge. I don't have a Surge. It's about the same size as the Surge, but you can see here the size difference. Let me see, are they back to back the right way? They are. So, looks like it's about a ½ inch longer than the Wave here. You can kind of see there, it looks like it could be a little thicker than the Wave. And then you can see side by side, and they're pretty close here. Right off the bat, one thing that I noticed, because I use a Leatherman on a daily basis, this is my tool that I always have on me at all times at work. So with the Wave here, if I wanted to get out my normal knife, as you can see, both sides look exactly the same. See what I mean? Right there, that raised edge, that raised edge. So half the time, and I just did it wrong, half the time I would open it up and it's a serrated blade, and I don't want that. I'm looking for my normal knife because I couldn't tell which side. They look exactly the same from each side. With this, it's completely smooth and flat on this one edge, but on this edge, it's raised. And of course, this is your everyday knife you can get out with one hand, boom, and there it is. Something as small as that has me so excited because I don't have to fumble around half the time looking for which knife it is because both sides of this thing looks exactly the same. Take it out of my pocket, boom, and you're ready to go. Absolutely fantastic. Next, let's take a look at the brand new locking mechanism. So we have the locking mechanism right here. So it's out of the way of the blade. So let's go back to the Wave. So we have the locking mechanism right here. So if I want to unlock it, my thumb is right in the way of closing this thing. Okay, so you have to push it in here and then move your thumb out of the way and lock it. Here, your thumb is always out of the way when you're going to unlock it. So right there and then close. So once again, you can do everything one-handed, but this thing just overall feels like such a smart idea by Leatherman. Let's compare the knife sizes from the Wave, which I'm sure many of you have, to the Free. So looking at the differences in the knives here, this one has more of a sloped, pointy edge, and this one has more of that teardrop look. Let's see, side by side, yeah, it's a little bit shorter than the Wave's blade, probably by 1/4 inch. So check that out. The thickness, I mean, they're about the same. So check that out side by side. They're about the same height, but looks like the Wave might have more teeth on it because you can see there at the very end, it ends, and then we have a couple more teeth at the very end of the saw blade on the Wave. And then the thickness of the blades, you can kind of see they're about equal. The serrated blade on the Wave, and then the serrated blade here. And once again, it's probably about 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch larger than the Free's blade. Check that out, guys. So you can see the thicker blade right here on the Wave. A little bit thinner. And then turn it around, we can see the thickness of the two blades. Once again, they're pretty equal. So when we close everything, for example, I'm gonna close the blade, the serrated blade on this. So it doesn't catch at all. It locks in, or not locks in, but it clicks in right there at the very end. Now let's check this out. Because everything is done with magnets in here, that's why everything has that satisfying click to it. So when I unlock it here, watch this. Look at that. You got this satisfying just grab. It just grabs it back into place. Wow, that is so satisfying to do this. The same thing when we open up the handles here. So we have a little bit of force, not much. You can see right there, it grabs it. So we got the magnets on the bottom. So let's check out the magnets here. Right here is one of the magnets. You can see it holds that paper clip into place. So we have the magnet on that side, and then on the exact opposite side, the same thing. All right, so that's where your magnets are on the outside. I said outside, but that's on the outside when it's open, but inside when it's closed up like that. I don't know if you can see inside, but that little metal piece that's right there, that's where the magnet is right there. See that? So that's why these tools snap back into place, and you got the same thing on that side, and boom, just like that. So that's where the magnets are on this thing. So that's why everything has that really nice grab. Now let's talk about this system. So you see me opening it with just my thumb. So all you gotta do is just slide your thumb forward and it opens. So no more not having fingernails, not being able to grab the stuff out of your Leatherman. And what I really like is, check out this design. So here are those the little tabs here. But then there's two barriers that separate the two outside knives. So all you gotta do is just that. It's not grabbing the outside. See that? every time. It doesn't grab the outside. So there's no danger of you using this one hand and then pushing up and then the knife comes out and you cut yourself. Let's do the other side. Watch. See? It is a very smart idea by Leatherman to include that feature, to have those tools separated from the outside tools. All right, so let's talk about the pliers feature. So of course, when we open it up, you can open this up one-handed. So you take your finger, kind of like that, and push it, and then flip it open as so. You can just quickly access these pliers with hardly any effort. And once you're used to it, it just becomes second nature. Another thing that I noticed about this thing is when we open up the Wave, it's tension based. So you can see right here how these work. So we have this, you have this little channel here, and it gets down to a point where it's thin. So when I open this, when I open it, it starts going into the meaty part of that channel, and that gives it the tension when it opens. There's leverage. See, it's not loose at all. None of this is loose, all the way down. As I close this up, I mean, that takes some force. With the new Free, all of this is just free, loose, swinging. There is no tension at all. I used to have butterfly knives, and I would sit here and do this, and it has a very similar feel to a butterfly knife. I mean, look at this. So I can easily just do this with the handles, and that's how nice and smooth everything is on this new Leatherman. With this, no, not even a chance to do that. I mean, even trying to break this is tough to do. No, there's a lot of force there. That's all because whole different architecture here. So you can see it doesn't have those channels anymore. It has these little latches, and you can see what happens when I close it. It clicks in to place, and the idea to have these much looser makes it for a much smoother experience when you're working with these pliers. And then let's watch it as I break it. So as I break it, it just breaks that latch. Watch it again. Break, break. Very smooth closing, and then magnets, grab onto it, and then you're ready to go. This is the Wave, and here's the Free. So you can see, Free does not open up as wide as the old Wave. Look at that. I mean, not even close. And when I put them side by side, you can see the major difference. Look at that. You can almost just eat it. So that's one negative that I've seen about this whole comparison, is the width of the pliers is not even close. The Wave might be a little thinner. You can see them side by side there. The Wave looks like it has a little bit thinner needle nose than the Free here. That might be a deal breaker for some, but for me it's not. I use the pliers a lot, but not enough where that's gonna really bug me. All right, so now let's go over the tools that this thing comes with. Like I mentioned before, the P4 comes with 21 different tools, so let's go over those, all right? All right, so first, let's start with the actual knife. It's made of 420HC, which is a high carbon stainless steel. And then of course, on the other side, we have the scissors. Now, the scissors, I can spend probably 15 minutes just talking about the scissors alone. Let's look at this. So as you lift up the scissors, all right, they're already closed. With this Wave, you have to, it's so hard to get out. You can see it's flush there. So you have to dig in there and get it out. And look, the scissors are open. See what I mean? They're open already. So the likelihood of you cutting yourself is high. So once they're out, then I can close them and start using the scissors. To put them back in, I have to open them up all the way, push the button, close. I never liked the scissors on this, but this one, as I'm opening it, they're closed. But watch this. As soon as I lock it into place, they pop open. Now, what is happening here? Check this out. Close it, and I'm gonna lock it back into place, and they're already closed again as I lock it and the magnet grabs onto it. Let's do it again. As I open, boom, open. Right in there, you can see how it slides. So as I'm opening it, it slides against that lock and pushes it forward. You see the locking switch move forward? And you can see right now what I'm talking about, and then right there is how it gets locked into place, and as it locks, it lets go, and that little spring opens up. I mean, how great of an idea. I mean, just that little piece alone, just the thought that goes into these scissors blows my mind. So we have the scissors here, and then in the middle, where we push up with our thumb, we have a Phillips head screwdriver with a bottle opener, and then we have our Plier slash package opener right there. We got this little sharp edge right here. Okay, then we turn it around to the opposite side here. We have our saw and our serrated blade. Once we break this open, we got these 4 tools here. So I'm gonna spread these apart so we can talk about these tools. The first tool here, we have our can opener. Next to that is our awl. Next to that is a ruler. You can see inches and centimeters on it. And then next to that is a wood slash metal file. On top of these last 3 tools, we have a medium screwdriver, we have a small screwdriver, and on top of the awl is an extra small screwdriver for, you know, eyeglasses, real small screws here. So medium, small, extra small. And then when we take a closer look at the ruler, on the bottom we have a nifty little wire stripper. As we open it up, of course we have the needle nose pliers and then regular pliers right there. And as we go down here, we have our wire cutters and our hard wire cutters. And what I really like about the Freeze wire cutter is it's replaceable. So you got this little screw here to replace this side, flip it around, screw there to replace this side. On the Leatherman Wave, no chance of replacing that because it's just built into the pliers there. So that is such a smart idea that they made that replaceable for the wire cutters. And the least known tool on the Leatherman is right here on the opposite end is electrical crimpers. So this is a general purpose crimping tool of electric connectors. Now one thing I am gonna miss on this Wave, this little tool right here. So I really wish they included this on the Free, where I do have the extra bits that I carry with me all the time, but anytime I wanted an extra tool, I would just take it, you know, there's the Phillips, there's the flathead, and also right next to the scissors here, we have this little tool, which is a micro tiny screwdriver, a flathead, and then the Phillips on this side. Also a major difference is, even though I would never use this and I have never used it, we have the longer ruler on each side of the handle here. So you can see the inches are much longer. The Free does not have that. It's just a plain handle. And the one ruler that they give you is really kind of small. Not a big deal. I don't use this to measure anything, but in a bind I could. And that's where this would have came in handy. Another thing I want to point out is how comfortable these are to hold. Now on the Wave, we have these nice curved edges with nothing really sticking out. On the Free, we have these little notches here. And I'm not really sure why they chose to do this. I mean, holding it in my hand, I don't really feel it. Squeezing it, I can feel it there. Does it hurt? No. Is it poking into my skin? No. But just be aware that there's these little notches that stick up. Now they give you this brand new, it's a fabric sheath. I have the nice leather one for my Wave. There's this little piece that sticks up right here. You can see it kind of sticks out. So putting it in the sheath that way, it kind of gets stuck. See what I mean? So you almost have to flip it upside down just to get it comfortably in your sheath like that. That doesn't pose a problem for me, but if I'm trying to work fast and trying to put this back in, that might get kind of annoying trying to put this thing in and we have that little piece sticking into the sheath. All right, heading over to the Leatherman website, we can see that the Free P4 is $139.95. The P2 is $119.95. Has 19 tools, so you're missing 2 of the tools, and it looks like it's the saw right off the bat, and I can't tell. I think it's the serrated blade that you're missing too on the P2. Coming soon, the T4, which is going to be $59.95. Then we have the T2, which is going to be $39.95. And what I'm really looking forward to are the K series here. The K4, the K4X is the one I'm probably going to grab, and the K2 and the K2X. So the K4X, the silver with the serrated edge here, is going to be $89.95. Same price for the K4, and looks like the K2 is about $10 cheaper. So look out for that, because I'm going to be grabbing this K4X, and I'll be having that review for you as soon as I get my grubby little hands on it. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I mean, I can probably make an hour-long video just talking about all the differences that Leatherman made with this Free series, but I'm not gonna do that. And since I got this thing today, I'm probably gonna do an update video in about maybe 6 months and let you know how this is working out for me after my Leatherman Wave gets put on a shelf. First impressions of this thing, I am absolutely in love with this thing, and I can see this thing being by my side for the next 4 or 5 years, if not longer. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe, and go!